Much like on The Amanda Show,
we also love
The Girls' Room. But we are
Ya Heard, where our high energy ramblings cover our day-to-day lives.
So sit back and enjoy
Ya Heard.
Guess who's got news on their D&D campaign?
Tell me more, tell me more. Did you get very far?
Not really, but I think I've got to a point where we can start and at least do the session 0 with the beginning of gameplay.
Yes.
I kind of did a little bit more background into the different lands that we're going to be in, and so that's one thing we'll all go over. Sodor is the land of the trains, like Thomas the Train Engine.
Interesting.
There was the Living Island, which I wish I had my D&D notes in front of me. I was going to kind of put into a lion turtle type thing, a living island. Turns out it's actually from this kids TV show in the 60s.
Oh.
So it's been really fun to read up on those characters and figure out who actually lives on the island and then incorporate those into the story and how you guys are going to interact with them.
Wow, that sounds really cool. That reminds me of Majora's Mask. There was a turtle that had a little island on his back, and you would have to ride him to go to the underwater temple.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm so conflicted because I have no idea what land I want to be from in your campaign.
No.
So yours is fantasy land, right? There's so many different places to go. I mean, Hyrule, there's Westeros, there's
Hogwarts, even though it's a castle and not technically a land. We're just going to call it Hogwarts, and it's going to encompass the Harry Potter. There's Narnia. There's where the wild things are. That one's actually have a really cool premise for that one too. So the original story of where the wild things are is this little boy who gets sent to his room because he's having a temper tantrum and his mom's fed up. So he goes to his room and he makes believe this land of where the wild things are. I'm going to fast forward him a few years, and if y'all visit that land, he's going to be this 20-something-year-old kid who still lives with his parents, still goes to the island of where the wild things are, but it's one giant rave party.
Yes, I love it. That sounds awesome. I can already imagine. I draw my sword. No, I'm just kidding.
But there's lands like Dinotopia and Dreamland and, even Pan Am's in the very, very bottom of it. But I am going to try to, guide y'all to where I want y'all to go. Just because, y'all will be adventurers. Y'all will get to choose y'all's story. But each land is so different. I have to make sure I have the characters and everything down.
Descriptions and whatnot.
So I am going to try to, nudge y'all in certain ways.
I think all DMs do that, though.
Yeah. Did you try to do that with us?
I mean, I had an outline, but I ended up improvising most of the time because it wasn't following my plan, but that was okay with me. So, I mean, got you to where I needed you to go eventually.
I actually do have some of that on a voice recording. I pulled up an app on my phone and I was like, I'm going to record Norma's session. I need to listen to it and see if I can pull some clips from it.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool. I think I want to be from Wonderland.
Ooh.
And be a ex-card soldier type of character.
That'd be interesting.
Definitely a fighter or something like that.
And then if y'all ever had to travel through Wonderland, we'd have to deal with your past.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of it is from not even Alice in Wonderland. There's a spin-off of it called The Looking Glass Wars. Oh my gosh, it's by Frank Bedore. It's such a good series. I mean, the imagery is really great. I mean, it's how when things are imagined or made in Wonderland, they're sent through the looking glass, and those are the inventions of the world. So hula hoops or, what is it called? Pogo sticks. Yeah, so they just put them through the looking glass and it gets sent to our world. And, it's a kind of typical Alice in Wonderland story, but it's just told better, in my opinion.
I like that. I know Sci-Fi did their different versions of the different stories, and one of them was Alice. And it was kind of modernized, and it was really good. I'm going to have to let you borrow that DVD.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like right up my alley. So, Fandomland. Okay, so what can you tell me?
What do you want to know?
Okay. Have you kind of like set up like how we're gonna meet?
Yes. So I can kind of tell you a little bit about that. I think I've spoke to y'all before about it. Y'all will actually already be a group of friends. Y'all live in on the island of Utopia and kill me, but the map I'm taking is actually Fortnite's map of Utopia. I love it. It works so well. But y'all are gonna meet in the Lurkers Tavern, where y'all come every whatever Wednesday, Tuesday night it is. And so y'all are sitting around, y'all are doing all your things, and y'all are going to have to, it's open mic night.
Oh, God.
Y'all are going to have to perform something.
Okay.
Spoiler.
This is actually really helpful. I'll do like an open mic like thing. Everybody can talk like this if they speak real slow.
I'm thinking of starting all out on like a 3 or a 4 level, just because Utopia is the island where you go to retire. So y'all are going to be retired fighters or retired whatever. Y'all are done with doing the hero adventure work, and y'all are just there to relax and end your days. But something's going to pull you back into it. And so I want y'all to have a little bit of experience, but I don't want y'all too high ranked up. Does that make sense?
So like around 30 human years.
I don't want anybody to be younger than 40, I think.
Ew. In human years?
Yeah, in human years.
Okay, so an elf, that would be...
Like 400.
400, yeah. Interesting.
You can get creative with it. I'm super stoked. I'm ready for us to just come together and do it. But like with the other D&D campaigns and just life in general right now, it probably won't be till summer.
I mean, I guess technically maybe we could do them the Sundays after.
It'd have to be a Sunday night, because I work Sundays.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then for the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing my company softball games.
Oh,
Woo-hoo.
yeah, that's right. What's your position? What are you playing?
I'll probably end up playing outfields, just because I'm pretty useless lately. I grew up playing softball for like 8 years, and when I hit high school, I switched to the dance team. My friend made me try out, and then she ended up not getting it, and I got in.
Oh, drama.
Thankfully, we stayed friends after that. But so I've always like loved playing on like slow pitch softball games, because it's fun. You go out there to have fun. I think there's some of our team members that are a little competitive, but I think it's going to be a good time regardless.
I'm super competitive. Like, I'm really scared. We tried to do that for kickball. It didn't work out. But I can totally tell you right now, like, none of my coworkers would like me very much after that.
Another thing I could tell y'all about the D&D campaign or Fandomland is that there will still be kobolds in this world.
Yeah.
You know, so y'all can still fight, gain experience, have encounters. And all of the kobolds will be named after Disney characters. So like Miko and Flint and Drizella and Anastasia will be there.
Oh.
So they'll just be like fun little interactions, because there's not really a Disney presence in this land. Mm-hmm. So that's a fun way to incorporate it, because if you know me, you know that I love Disney.
It makes sense. I think if it was my campaign, I would make Disney the evil overlords that are trying to take over all the other lands.
Because they are.
Like Fox. Did you see what they said about Fox lately? Mm-mm. They're like cutting ties because Fox is toxic.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
Everything's just gotten so complicated lately. Nothing's simple anymore.
I completely agree with you.
It's frustrating.
I think we're at the stage in our lives too where we're at just very weird crossroads of being the adultier adult, but not like ready to be the adultier adult.
I think as kids, when we saw, you know, our family or people, you know, whoever in their late 20s, that, oh, look, they have their life together. They know what they're doing. And so I think especially for our generation, having that role model, and we look at to where we are now, and we feel like we're not there yet, that we need to be pushing harder. We need to have our degrees finished, our forever job, because even you'll meet some people in your field and they've been in that field for 20 plus years. And it's, I don't know if it's just because I've had so many different jobs, but it's weird to think that I'll be in one place for 20 years.
Most millennials would agree with you, though. You know, I read an article a while ago that was talking about how millennials aren't doing the tenured thing anymore. They're hopping around from job to job to keep skills fresh or to pick up a new trade. And I think about like my current job. I've been there for over 7 years now, and I'm happy where I'm at. I can't imagine changing my job like that. I don't know. Like, I guess it's because I don't like change like that. And I know what I'm doing really well right now. But at the same token, I can see why millennials are job hunting, and they're trying something different, something new, and following their passions more. And I appreciate that.
And I think a lot of it will probably have to do with the fact that they'll see the people in their career that are older that have been there, and they'll see people coming in with their fresh degrees hot off of college. They're getting jobs that the people who have been there should be getting. So like companies are just really rewarding that piece of paper over the experience. And I think that's one of the reasons that's probably led to disloyalty with companies.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Because they're willing to go with an outsider who hasn't been there for 20 plus years.
I can tell you right now, like, you need a master's.
Oh my God.
You need a master's to really impress, like, those top tier companies that you want to work for. But even then, I mean, that's if that's your goal. Like, my goal is, like, family and having that stability, because I moved so much as a kid. I moved a lot. I was always a new kid at school, and I just want those roots now. And so when I think about the roots, I think about stability in my job and getting tenured and increasing my benefits, and loyalty is really important to me for some reason. I don't know why. But then also allowing myself to pursue passions like this, like our project with the Naked Podcast and Official Millennials. Shout out.
Woohoo.
Yeah. You know, we can do projects like you heard, and soon we're going to have blog posts on our website, officialmillennials.com. And I think millennials are geared towards making their own mark in the world, whatever way they think is best too.
What they think will last.
Yeah.
And that's the weird part is we're trying to make a mark on the world, and in this world, you have your 15 minutes of fame, and it's gone. Everybody's forgotten about you.
Honestly, it's not even 15 minutes of fame. Like, you're a meme that's viral, and then that's like your 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
And then you're done after that. Look at the YouTubers that have rose and, like, fallen. YouTube itself is dying. Like, what's, like, the next big thing? What's the next Facebook? And we've talked about that before on Naked Podcast. What's going to be the next big thing? Are you going to find it?
I think podcasts are definitely on the rise right now. And that's probably one of the first things that's come full circle. Because if you think about like the early 1900s when the radio first came out, and then there came radio stories. And so that's basically what podcasts are now, are the radio stories that are circulating, and everybody's trying to get their hands on them. So it's nice to see that we finally come full circle as a civilization.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about it that way, but you're right. We love to be entertained, and now that podcasts give you the flexibility to take your radio show on the go, and when you want to listen to it, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love listening to podcasts. Crime Junkie, shout out.
Aside from Not Another D&D, I think the only one I've really listened to is Welcome to the Night Vale. And it's just because it's so weird. It's nice to play on the, like, instead of listening to the radio, it's like you're listening to the radio of this small town. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
What?
Have you ever listened to it?
No.
So it's weird things. Like, I think in, like, the first episode, they talk about, oh, if you're going to the dog park today, you need to watch out for the red dragon and the blue dragon. The blue dragon is nice and will not kill you, but the red dragon will pick up your dog and take him away. So shelter your animals.
What the fuck?
Dude, I love this. I love it.
So it's just like radio announcements? That's it? That's hilarious. You're like, what the fuck is going on in this town? I get you now.
And it's even like they even have songs that'll play too. And it's just like, I'm so confused, but I love it. You can't stop.
I have to. What is it called again?
Welcome to the Night Vale.
Welcome to the Night Vale. Okay. I have to listen to them because I do love podcasts. So I love Not Another D&D Podcast, Crime Junkie. I love Case File. I love Up and Vanish. Making... the Atlanta Monster is a good one. Dr. Death was a good one. When I was working not remotely, that's all I did was listen to podcasts, like to and from work. That was my podcast time. Now that I work from home, it's different. So during my lunch, I'll listen to podcasts. And now that I'm starting my new morning routine of getting up early and walking my dog and just establishing a routine for myself, I will listen to the podcast then. I'm excited. There's a lot of good talent out there.
So what made you decide to establish a morning routine?
Work, really. I mean, when you work from home, you get so lazy. Your commute is 15 seconds. You can literally roll out of bed and log into your computer. I've been guilty of that before, like staying up too late the night before and being like, it's okay, I don't have to get up early to get dressed to go to work. No, it completely ruins your whole day. You feel gross sitting there, like, looking like a troll. Like, I'm one of those people that has to like get up and get dressed and like, do a couple of things for me to feel like my day is going productive. And just getting up to work doesn't do that for me. I am leaving on a work trip for a little bit, and when I come back, I'm going to start a new routine of waking up early, walking my dog, making some coffee, taking a shower, and just really enjoy my morning. You know, that's like my me time. I think that would really improve my work life too. I think I would feel energized and I would feel relaxed before going to work and have time to think. So I think job performance wise, it'll help me.
I think you're so amazing. First of all, you work from home. You have to have some really strong willpower in order to do that. I couldn't do that. I take classes from home and it's harder than fuck.
No, you're totally right. It takes a lot of discipline to work from home. One newer thing that I'm implementing is my cell phone's not in my office. Mm-hmm. So I only check my cell phone when I'm at break or something. Because, you know, it could just be like, oh, like you have a good 5 minutes before your next meeting. Let me peruse Facebook. And it's like, no, you can't do that while you're at work.
Do something productive.
Right. Like taking the distractions away. So you have to discipline yourself. But it's great. I love working from home. I miss the office. I miss the interaction with my peers. But at the same time, you know, if I have to work late, I get to have dinner with my family. If I'm behind on house chores, I could pop a load in the morning, you know, in the washer, and then change it over at lunchtime and do the dishes on my lunch. I can get stuff done. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like I have more time to enjoy with family and friends. So this past weekend, Alan and I hosted Edos's 7th birthday.
It was lit, y'all.
It was a really good time. This is the first time that we've had his birthday as like his step parent, because his last birthday, like we were just still kind of dating. And now that we're living together and like he knows me as his stepmom, it was like the thrown into the child routine, right? I've always been the auntie. Out of 4 sisters and 2 brothers, like I have nieces and nephews, right? I never really pictured myself to have kids. I helped raise these guys and I just didn't think it was in my plan. I just wanted to be the cool aunt. And then I meet someone who is just so amazing beyond anything that I've ever even thought of myself attaining in a partner. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? He is a package deal. Like I got a bonus kid out of it. I love it, actually. When he calls me mommy, it's so nice. I'm just really blessed to be as involved as I am, and as, you know, how much he loves me. It feels so special.
How is your perspective of the party as mom rather than aunt?
So I was so tired. I was so tired because, you know, as an aunt, like you're the supportive role of like maybe doing behind the scenes stuff, but we were the hosts of the party, so I had to talk to everybody. I think like with you guys, I pretty much sat with you for like 5 minutes the entire time everybody was there. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Sorry, bye, I love you.
I mean, we expected that. The guests are there to see you and Eros, and we're used to being the center of y'all's attention, but
we'll give you her. It was great. I mean, his grandparents came down up from Laredo. His grandparents from New Braunfels came. A lot of family. His aunt is so cool on his mom's side. Even though that we're not blood related, their families always have treated me really well. So it's just, I couldn't ask for anything better, you know, or anything more. It was great though. I mean, everybody had a good time. My mom voice came out. I was closing the window in Ellen's office and the kids are kind of like playing out, like the older kids are playing out with like a skateboard. And I said, yeah, you better not hit a car. And if you see a car, get out of the road. And they're like, yes, ma'am. And kind of closed the window. And I was like, oh my God, when did I turn into my mom?
Oh God. It was so funny to like see all the kids running around. And there was at one point like Eros and one of the other little boys ran out of the house, but they left the door open. I was like, Eros, you gotta go close the door. Like, you can't just leave it open. And I was like, wait a minute, when did I turn into the adult?
Well, like for you, like you're kind of like the childless person, and you were, I think, emotionally scarred by the stories you heard from all the moms and dads.
I think I was one of the only women who did not have a child there, and it was really strange. Some of the stories, yes, were very scary. And I mean, I've mentioned before, like, I'm terrified to have kids, but at the same time, like, I'm so excited to have kids. I'm not looking forward to the birthday parties because they are terrors.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
As long as we get I won't say adult hour in the bouncy house because that sounds wrong, but I want the adult hour in the bouncy house.
Leave it to your imagination, folks.
It was really nice to interact with all the moms too, because they each have their own different experiences parenting and doing what works best for them. They'll talk about like situations or feelings that they went through, to know that each story is valid, because there is no right way to be a mom, and the only way you're going to learn that is by having a kid. And I feel like you're going to know that before you have a kid, but after you have a kid, you're going to know it. You're just going to not believe in it anymore.
Yeah.
For any mom, y'all are doing amazing jobs.
I know. I mean, hats off to you ladies. I don't know how you guys have done this, like, since infancy. I'm a step parent coming in at a sweet age, you know, the age where they still love you, but they're old enough to wipe their own ass. You know, I've never seen myself with an infant. Like, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, baby, and think, what if? And then I'm just like, no, I have wanderlust right now, like hardcore wanderlust. I want to travel, and Edos is getting older to the point where he's going to appreciate the traveling, so we can take him and show him all these things in the world. Take him to go see the Roman Colosseum or things like that. I want to do that.
That sounds amazing. So growing up, my parents, we always kind of struggled to get by until I got older. So we didn't get to have those vacations like you hear some families that go to like Mount Rushmore, or they'll go to Niagara Falls
Or Grand Canyon.
Yeah, like those are the American family tourist vacations, summer vacations. And I still feel like I can't wait to have kids so that we can go do that, so that I can finally go do that.
Exactly. No, I'm from the same side of the tracks, girl. Like, we did not have the money to do that. But I was telling my brother, oh, like, we should take like a family vacation. And he's just like, no, we all have to like each other first. Yeah, that's never been my thing. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Being at the party and watching all of these mothers and their kids and just like seeing the love that was there, like, I can't wait to have kids. And
you're going to be such a good mom.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to be a really good mom.
But during the party, you know, I'm also very antisocial, especially when it comes to big groups of people I don't know. So when actually I first got there, I said hi to everybody in the living room, and you're like, Kielyn, come upstairs. I need your help. I'm like, you right? Get me out of here.
You're welcome.
And then at the end of the party, I think, you know, everybody was focusing on being inside and just hanging out. I think a lot of people were starting to say their goodbyes. And I was like, man, I'm bored. And I was like, okay, I'll just start cleaning up, because that's something to do, and we'll take something off of their mind.
It was so appreciated. No, for real though. I mean, this party was such a big success, and a large part of it was like from our friends at our family. You know, like Ethan made a pulley for a piñata. He made it for a significantly smaller piñata, by the way. For anybody who was at the party and was like, that was flimsy. No, like, it was made for a smaller piñata. And Marco was pulling it like the drunk uncle with the beer, you know, stereotypical. You know, and Kielyn was just helping out. She was filming. She was a photographer. And then, like, helps fucking clean up after that. Like, that's amazing. It was so appreciated. I'm a firm believer that even if, like, you can't have a certain relationship with your family, you can still create the family that you want.
And I think all of us here, we've made each other family, because we've grown so close as friends. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I do have family here in San Antonio, even though they don't reach out to me as much as I'd like. Can also say the same thing about me. I don't reach out to them as much as they'd probably like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we're all adults, we're all busy, we become as involved as we can.
Yeah.
The other half of my family is up in East Texas, and I miss them like crazy, but I love living in San Antonio. I love having you guys as my chosen family.
Aww. So with that, Naked Pod listeners, now you heard, fans, we wish you the same amount of love in your everyday life with your friends, coworkers, your chosen family, or your real family. We love you guys.
Thank you for coming back every week to listen to Naked Pod, and thanks for catching up with us whenever we decide to go off on our ramblings.
You can add us at OG_the Naked Pod on either Twitter or Instagram.
Check out our YouTube page where you can catch all of our podcasts and even our past streams from Mixer. Oh, what? I finally got my first stream up today.
You playing Spyro?
I did. I actually finished Spyro the Dragon, and it's the first video game I've ever completed.
Yes.
So I'm pretty proud of me.
That's really awesome. Alan is streaming too. You can catch him at Peach Z on Mixer. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.